A year ago today, AI video looked like this. And AI writing? A sleep-deprived 16-year-old on enough Red Bull could write it. Now, I can do this. Pretty cool, huh? I made that by myself on my laptop. And that's kind of the whole point of this video. Let's talk about what we're actually getting for $20 a month, because I think it's become so normalized that we're forgetting how insane it truly is. First of all, some of us are already really deep in this. I use AI every day. It's baked into how I work, and I'm not going back. Second, and I want you to actually do this, ask ChatGPT to roast you right now and push it. Tell it to stop sugarcoating and tell it to be honest. We tell these models a lot more than we think we do, and that is scary. They know where I live. They know what I like to eat. They know what I do, where I work, what vacations I'm going, what I'm anxious about late at night. What we are getting for $20 a month has become so normal that we forget it isn't normal. To truly understand what this technology is from the ground up, we'll have to go back in time. In 1936, a 24-year-old mathematician named Alan Turing published a paper that essentially invented the concept of a computer. Not a physical machine, the idea of one. A universal machine that could simulate any other machine given the right instructions. He was trying to solve an abstract math problem, but he accidentally blueprinted the future. During World War II, Turing built machines that cracked the Nazi Enigma code, work that historians estimate shortened the war by 2 years and saved 14 million lives. And then, almost immediately after, he started asking the question that nobody else was asking. Can machines think? What would this guy think if you handed him an iPhone and opened Claude? A machine that can write poetry, debug code, explain quantum mechanics, and tell you the best Mexican restaurant around the block. He spent his entire life trying to prove that machine intelligence was theoretically possible. We have it in our pockets and we use it for baking recipes. Meanwhile, across the Atlantic, John von Neumann was building the architecture that made all of this physically real. Turing gave us the philosophy. Can a machine think? Von Neumann gave us the engineering. Here's how you actually build it. Memory, processing, input, output, the von Neumann architecture. It's still the skeleton inside every computer, every phone, and every single data center running these models today. In 1956, a group of researchers gathered at the Dartmouth College and officially coined the term artificial intelligence. They were wildly optimistic. They thought they'd have human-level AI within a generation. They were wrong. For decades, AI research went through what they call AI winters. Long stretches where funding dried up, interest faded, and the whole field was basically a joke. The models were too simple. The computers were too slow. The data didn't exist yet. There was a real debate about whether to even pursue artificial intelligence or to just focus on making computers better tools for humans. For most of the 20th century, the tool side won. And then, quietly, around 2012, something started working. Deep learning, neural nets, and researchers discovered something that changed everything. Scaling laws. Researchers essentially discovered that if you make the models bigger, you feed them more data, and you throw more compute their way, they can improve on a predictable curve. It's called the scaling law, and to date, we haven't hit a wall. Anthropic just built a model so dangerous they won't release it. It's called Mythos, and in testing, it found zero-day vulnerabilities in every major operating system and every major web browser. It wrote working exploit code 72% of the time on the first try. The previous best model, twice out of hundreds. Mythos did it 181 times. 99% of what it found was unpatched. Now, 80,000 tech workers were laid off in Q1 alone. That wasn't a correction. That was the market doing math. Imagine the government, during the Industrial Revolution, telling businesses not to adopt factory automation. They'd instantly be replaced by the businesses that did. That is exactly what's playing out right now. The businesses that adopt AI will outperform the ones that don't, and the market will do what markets do. Meta employees literally built an internal leaderboard ranking 85,000 employees by AI token usage. Badges, tiers, bronze through emerald, the top users got labeled token legend. Jensen Huang himself proposed giving engineers token budgets, $250,000 a year, and said if they're not spending it,
I will go ape something else.
Yes.
Right. If that
the people who learn AI are getting raises, while the people who don't are getting left behind. The labor market is actively splitting in two. In the past, producing an ad meant hiring an agency, waiting 6 weeks, and shelling out at least $200,000. Kalshi hired one guy, Veo, Gemini, ChatGPT, a few days and $2,000. Same result. The economics of doing anything are rapidly changing before our eyes. I made this entire video by myself. The script, the VFX, the edit, it is almost indistinguishable from reality. By year end, some researchers forecast that 90% of all online content will involve AI. You're swimming in it, you just don't know it yet. Now, the paintbrush didn't kill painting, and the synthesizer didn't kill music. The creative instinct is not going anywhere. If anything, it matters more now than ever before. Tesla is shipping Optimus this summer. Figures robots already helped build 30,000 BMWs on a real factory line. Now, how much of this is real versus teleoperation? Still an open question. But the hardware is here, it's getting cheap, and the AI is catching up. We may reject robots at home, but our kids won't. This is the next wave. And we are a ways away with robotics, but once this shift happens, it'll lead to more infrastructure to support the real things that drive society. Food, housing, transportation, cleaning, services, construction, the stuff that actually matters. Every single technological and creative revolution was seen as dangerous. Of course our grandparents didn't like video games. And of course their grandparents thought television was the worst thing that could ever happen to the world. The Luddites literally smashed textile machines in the 1800s because they were terrified of becoming irrelevant and their wages undercut. Look, I'm optimistic. I really am. I think we're going to use these tools to become more creative, more performant, more ambitious. I think we'll crave human interaction and authenticity more than ever before. AI is inherently consensus. It can't take risks. It's almost flawless. And flawless is boring. The most interesting things humans have ever made were messy and weird and a little broken. We are entering a world where we won't be able to distinguish AI from real video, where 90% of what you scroll past will be machine generated, where a $20 subscription can do what entire departments used to. So I hope it brings us together. I hope we drop the phones and go outside. I hope we reject the algorithmic slop and flee to live performance and real conversation. Because the machines are getting really, really good at being machines. So maybe it's time we got better at being people.